You may wonder what I'm doing up in this tree. Well, the people who live here like to feed birds, and they've got plenty of birds. Unfortunately, they've also got plenty of squirrels. And if you've ever tried to feed birds without feeding the squirrels, well, you know what a problem it can be. What we're doing today is hanging a squirrel-proof feeder. We've gone out to the middle of this steel cable and put a pulley in. From the pulley, we're going to suspend our squirrel-proof feeder. Now, any squirrel who can get out this cable and down that rope belongs in a circus, not in this backyard. There are just a couple of things to remember when you're putting up a squirrel-proof feeder. The first is it's got to be inaccessible. That's why we've suspended it from a cable. Any squirrel that gets to our feeder's got to climb out on the wire and then climb down the rope. The second thing we've done is we've put on a squirrel guard above the feeder. It not only keeps the feed dry, but when a squirrel climbs down onto it, it tips and drops him to the ground. Poor thing. The next thing we do is pull it up high enough that a cat can't catch an unsuspecting bird while he's eating. And that's another reason that we've put it on the pulley. Now, once we've hoisted it to the height we want, we simply tie it off. Of course, it's on a pulley, so whenever we need to refill the feeder, we just lower it, fill it, and hoist it back up. Now, let me show you some other things that are kind of hanging around in the great outdoors. Hanging wind chimes is a good idea in anyone's yard, and so is hanging plants. But let me show you an improvement. This hook has a built-in swivel, and because it does, your plant can rotate and get sun all the way around it and develop a nice even shape. Looks good, doesn't it? When it comes to hanging things up though, this is really a nifty idea. I have to credit my friend George Zimmerman with it. It started out as an ordinary 2x2, but with a coping saw and a little bit of sandpaper, a little carving, a little smoothing, I've turned it into what I think is a really interesting way to hang up a pot. Let me show you how this works. We hang it on any vertical surface. Could be the newel post of your steps, could be the support for a deck, could even be the side of a tree. And if you've carved it to the right shape, you can take a clay pot and hang it anywhere you want. I think of hanging things as being art for the great outdoors. We hang bird feeders to attract wildlife that put motion into our gardens. We hang wind chimes to put music in our gardens. We even hang candles for light, as well as repelling mosquitoes. We hang hanging baskets, wall hangings, anything to put beauty into the landscape. And in fact, when it comes to hanging things in the garden, we're really limited only by our own imaginations.